In all honesty, I thought the new Constellar Tellarknight support was going to be for tomorrow, but OCG decides to randomly drop us the news tonight. So let's take a look at these brand new cards and talk about them. And there's a total of 4 of them, but they didn't give us a set code or the card borders, but they gave us every single piece of information outside of it. So first up, we're going to talk about Constellar Caster. It is the purified version of Evil Storm Caster, or maybe predetermined, or a mix between, I should say. But this is a level 4 light fairy effect monster with 1700 attack and 600 defense, and you can only use the first effect of each card's name, once per turn. If this card is summoned, you can special summon one Constellar monster from your deck except Constellar Caster. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except light and dark monsters. A Constellar Xyz monster that has this card as a material gains this effect once per turn when your opponent activates a spell or effect. Quick effect. You can detach 2 Xyz materials from your monsters, and if you do, negate that effect, and if you do that, destroy that card. Huh. Well, we're taking a page out of Ryziel, being able to detach stuff from other monsters. But being able to negate any spell card or effect is very useful, especially in Constellar and Tellarknight, because they've always had this weakness to things like that, even against monsters as well. So seeing this on a monster is very good. And let's take a look at the next one. We are going to be looking at Tellarknight Cygn, or Cygn? I think that's how you... Cygny. I'm just going to call it Cygny. Level 4 light warrior effect monster with 1500 attack and 1000 defense. This card is always treated as a Constellar card, and you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is summoned, you can add one Tellarknight or Constellar monster from your deck to your hand. Goodbye, Deneb. You can target one other light monster you control, increase its level and this card's by 1. Goodbye, House. And then if this card can be treated as 2 materials for the Xyz summon of a Tellarknight Xyz monster that requires 3 or more materials. Hello, Delaros. You are being able to be made with 1 less material, which is actually very useful. A lot of the Tellarknight Xyz monsters now only have to use 2 materials instead of sometimes 3. Overall, this is a very good card. It's another card that kind of just replaces an old card, so it's kind of like Constellar Chaos along with Tellarknight Deneb. So realistically, you're probably going to run this and Deneb anyways. Overall, it's a very good card and might be the highlight of the support. And now we have Extellarknight Constellar Ptolemy Omega 7. This is a rank 7 light machine Xyz effect monster with 2700 attack and 2700 defense. And once per turn during your main phase 2, you can also Xyz summon this card by using a Tellarknight or a Constellar Xyz monster you control. Transfer its materials. While you have 7 or more Tellarknight monsters with different names in your graveyard and or banishment, this card gains 2700 attack and defense. Also, it's unaffected by opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach any number of materials from this card, then target that many monsters your opponent controls, shuffle them into the deck. So, literally, it's just, you slap it on top of whatever, and then you could just have it be up to 5400 attack and defense, along with being a tower-like monster, but continuous effects do affect it, like Snatch Steal, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this interacts into the current meta, or in a future meta. And then the other effect, just being able to detach any number of materials as you want to target that many monsters your opponent controls and put them back into the deck, definitely reminds me of X-Pearly Noir. So this is probably just, yeah, this is literally just X-Pearly Noir. That is crazy. Huh. Wow, Tellarknights taking from a very interesting deck. And then finally we have Tellarknight Constellar Delaros. It's an upgrade to Delaros. And it is a rank 4 light warrior exceed effect monster, 2500 attack and defense. And it takes 3 plus level 4 monsters. So, wow. So you could use this. You can use Cygny along with as many other cards as you want just to summon it for literally free. And your opponent cannot target rank 5 or higher Tellarknight and Constellar exceed monsters you control with card effects. So that's literally what? The rank 7 Ptolemy or Ptolemy M7, Pleiades, and a couple others, I think. Very interesting of a very interesting of a protection effect, honestly. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, add one Tellarknight or Constellar monster from your deck to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one light monster. So you are still running Deneb. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This card is sent to the graveyard, except from the field. You can special summon one Tellarknight or Constellar monster from your hand or banishment. Okay, recycling your banishment. That's very good. Summoning from hand is also really good. And as we can see from the reprints, we have Deneb, Altair, Vega, Claudius, Alterin, Lyran's in here. Okay. Pleiades, Ptolemy M7, Omega, Deltaros, Trevier, Constellar. That's the one I was forgetting. Tellarknight, Constellar Diamond. You have Ptolemy, along with the Dark Tellarknight, which makes a lot of sense. We have Tellarknight, Constellar Claudius, Tellarknight Skybridge, and Constellar Tellarknights. Where is Tellarknight Alpha? Very interesting. But overall, what do I think about these 4 cards? Well, we're still missing one single card. And in my honest opinion, these are really good cards for the Tellarknight Constellar deck because they needed a boost after their last wave a few years ago. But overall, I definitely think that this is the right direction for this whole entire deck. Just keep mixing them and keep going with how this whole entire thing has been going. Overall, I'm definitely impressed with these cards, and I kind of want to go back to Tellarknight once again. That's probably going to be next year because TCG will probably get these in our Battle Legends set, like all of the previous Terminal World cards have been. But overall, let me know what you guys think about the brand new Constellar support from Terminal World 3, and I'll see you all in the next video.